What's up, fam? It's your boy, Mr. On Edge, Randy King Randolph. I have so many names. I don't even know which name to go with, but I think I'm going to go with Mr. On Edge. We got your boy, Renaissance Jones, back on the podcast.
Yep.
You know, and we got my boy, Adrian. I've been trying to get Adrian for like forever now. Finally.
Without directly asking. He's just been like, yo, I got this podcast. I got this other podcast. Nigga, just ask me.
I got this
and
podcast.
I'm like, hey,
yo.
I'll be your co-host.
So Adrian is officially the co-host now. So we are at a dilemma, kinda. Thinking about changing the name from On Edge Podcast because it's conflicting with my YouTube channel.
And we don't have to. I just made the suggestion. Have you thought about this? Because he also does unboxing videos where he'll get your electronics, unbox them. So I was just like, there needs to be some type of differentiation between them, or whatever the case may be.
That's a great point.
But it doesn't hurt. And so what we did last night was I told him, you come up with 10 names, I come up with 10 names, and then we'll narrow them down to, I guess, 5 or something like that, and then let the audience decide. Or you can probably be, since, you're the extra.
You the
extra
mediator. Here you go. So you want to go first? You want to throw out a name first?
Let's do it.
We got all iPhones. Apple, you know what is up. You know what to do.
Apple gang. Let me see.
But he's Samsung, though.
You damn right.
You can get Samsung.
He said you damn
right. The S20 dope, though. That's the best phone out right now.
So, the dudes is my first name. Keep going.
I was going to go with Forest Edge because Black Forest Films and On Edge merge.
Okay.
I got, go ahead.
Just go ahead.
So I got one.
Still gotta come up with
I got one called X2, like times 2 because it's 2 people. I don't know, sound like X-Men, but Talk is Cheap was one. And I was thinking about Dreamcast.
I like that.
Because podcast and Dream, and then Dreamcast is a system, but I don't think we'll get sued for that, will we? Dreamcast.
I don't know. They don't make them
Dreamcast?
Yeah.
They probably still got a trademark, though.
Yeah. And then Indy Industry, like independent industry, because we're indie filmmakers, so Indy Industry. Get it? We
So like with
industry.
an N and with a D?
Yeah, like INDY.
Like
Indie Industry. Got it so African. So Indie Industry Podcast. That's dope though.
Yeah, it is
Think
dope.
about it. Yeah, what are we thinking? Creative Juice. That was one. We Talk Creative. Podmasters.
That's all of them?
No, I got more. Let's Get It and Stay Tuned.
I like Indy.
Indie
and I
Industry.
Like
Let me see. The whole list is there.
I
It's
like
a play on words.
And
What is it? Indie Industry?
Yeah.
And I like Talk is Cheap.
Yeah, indie industry, Talk is Cheap. Because we talk about a lot of industry stuff, and we independent filmmakers in the independent music world. I know Adrian's in the music world. I'm in the music world. You're in the music world as well. So, yeah, we do more than filmmaking. We do a lot outside of that. So, indie industry.
Name, sir. You just, he said one that just whipped.
On Edge wins by default because I didn't write it. I just wanted to get you into this shit.
Like I laid
So
in
we can run
bed.
with the indie.
I laid in because I can't sleep at night, so I
Let
just
me
lay
check
in bed
and see
and
if it's available.
I be
though.
thinking about everything. So
So nobody on the web has it. Let's check GoDaddy.
yeah, indie industry. That is dope though. Yeah, I'm a creative.
Yeah, as soon as I heard it, I figured you spelled it different. I was like,
Like,
that sticks out.
because you in the like indie. Yeah, this boy. I should be rich.
He said, "Boy,
My brain is $1 million brain. $1 billion brain. Just gotta tap into it. Right?
Industry podcast or just indie industry?
We can put podcasts after it if you want. Indie industry podcast. Now we need a logo.
I mean, that one's straight. It's available. The domain is.
Because my personal logo is that cartoon logo that I put out. That thing is dope. It's available?
Both of them, yeah. Yes, sir. So is that what it is?
Yeah, you can go indie
That
industry.
is what it is.
That's what it is. Next on the docket.
Right? Indie industry. But yeah, so
That was quick. So
That was
sorry,
quick.
audience. We were going to get you to vote in on it, but
we already
kinda-
voted.
Yeah.
We don't need you guys anymore now.
Unanimous decision.
But yeah, man. So yeah, it's been a while, Adrian. So what you been up to, man? I know you got a lot going on right now.
Me, I just got back from LA probably like
Yeah.
2 months ago. It was great out there. Beautiful weather, beautiful women, a lot of projects.
Yeah.
Just a lot going on, and sometimes it can be too much, too much and overwhelming. But that, and then what's coming up. We got this visual podcast, which I call vodcast, called Mouthing Out, that we're just taking everywhere. We turning up with that on the YouTube channel, and then 2021 we're gonna launch our streaming service called Video Blimp. Be on the lookout for that.
Dope.
And check out his review shows too. I didn't even know I was on his page because I love 60 Days In. I was on there and I looked and I said, "Hold up, is this Adrian?" It's like
in the corner today.
Yeah, he was live streaming.
Found a video and it was just
I put 60 Days In because I ain't seen the last one. And then somebody was reviewing it live, so I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I got on there and I saw you, and I was like,
"Yep,
bro."
You watching
let
my
me
show.
tell you something. You want your YouTube to just pew? That's how you do it. In like a month, I got like 300,000 minutes watched, and then 55,000 views, and then 300 plus subscriber change. Wow. So like,
so
if you want to get your YouTube channel monetized, you got to get that 1,000 subscribers mark, and then you got to get 4,000 hours watched. So 3 weeks.
I think I just reached the halfway mark.
Hey,
but I was just gonna post like content, like 2 videos a week, just be putting stuff out, whether it's good or bad. Well, it's all gonna be good quality, but like the newer motorized slider video that I put out, the review, everyone was doing the same review, sitting at a table. Oh, it's the slider, but I took it on a job and said we're gonna shoot the entire commercial with just the slider. So I took a different approach with it. I mean, it was one of, according to some people, it was like my best review yet. So. But it's still not reaching the Norphones video. It's like about to hit 26,000 views right now. So
you gotta make videos.
Yeah,
that's how YouTube works. You gotta make videos that people want at the end. Well, you make your content and then a lot of it, but then you gotta make videos that people want to see, and then when they see that, yours will be there.
And that's why I wanted to bring up the Megan Thee Stallion situation, because that's trending. But I mean, because if you really think about it, she pretty much. People are saying she's stupid. People are saying like, "Oh, leave her alone." But it's like when you're young and a label say, "Hey, here's fame and here's some money," you're gonna take it. Most people will. So,
but what do y'all think about that though? I've heard a lot of things. But what do y'all think about
that? But why are people fighting? Why are people arguing about the student loans versus a record label? How does that even relate? In a way, it don't even relate.
I don't know if did y'all see the Breakfast Club interview with her?
I haven't.
No.
Well, she kind of broke down everything, and it's just like she said she got people to look over the contract. She even read the contract, but at the same time, I think her mom was her manager at the time. It's like some of the lingo that's in there, you're not gonna know what it is.
That's why
you're not going to realize what's going on. But, at the same time, a lot of rappers don't know how to get an entertainment lawyer. And then you got your label coming at you like, we got an entertainment lawyer for you. So, they're going to take that.
The industry is a dark place, man. That's why when people come at me with glitter and gold, like, yeah, man, we got this, we got that. I'm like, yo, whoa, back up.
I felt a way until I heard Joe's podcast, and he was basically talking about
Rogan.
Butter, and he was basically saying that her contract is standard for a new artist, and he was saying, as far as them trying to switch stuff up, he was like, but you haven't dropped anything yet. He was like, I understand if you dropped a project album, you went off, you know what I mean, and then you're like, hey, let's renegotiate. He was like, but you dropped a mixtape, you didn't drop a project, so it's like, how are you renegotiating before you even stepped on the field, basically? Like,
she's getting like 40%, which I know Charlemagne, which might not sound good to us because we want to own our shit, but at the same time, Charlemagne was like, that's pretty good because a lot of artists, they only be getting like 20 or whatever case may be. Mm-hmm. So she's still on top, but she was just like, she doesn't want to get out of her contract. She just wants to renegotiate a couple of things.
Because they're saying she made 15,000 out of 15,000
or something.
Yeah,
because she's with Rock Nation, or I think, and so they brought some things to her attention. So that's what she's like. We want to renegotiate a couple of things. But
that's what it is. I don't know. People who broke. It's always broke people that argue about people with money.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't be caring.
Right. I mean, she got a record label. What do you have?
Two
nothing.
different mentalities.
Yeah, you don't have anything. You still working at Walmart.
And also, I think that serves a big thing to a partnership versus a deal.
Yeah.
We've always talked about that. Like, my goal was never to get a deal. It was more so to get build us up to where we can get a partnership, because I don't want none of that shady stuff. And at the same time, I know where I want and don't want to go. Like, like we said, baby projects, I ain't selling them to you. Because I already know, what these can do. Now, these other projects that I do like, but they're not as sentimental, yeah, you can have those, But this over here, nah, bro. Nah.
And deal is just a word at the end of the day. It's all about what's in the contract. Please just read your contracts. And if you don't understand them at the end of the day, ask somebody else. And if they don't understand it, ask somebody else. Ask somebody else till you do research on Google. Google is your best friend. Research them words, research them clauses, because it's all online. And, take the effort. And if you don't, then you can't complain when, some shit goes south.
When you get
That's a great point. Stop being ashamed to ask questions. Because they triggered me. Stop being ashamed to ask questions. If you don't know something, ask somebody.
Yeah, because that's your life.
And
got to.
And if you know actual people doing this stuff, please don't ask Facebook. Because you're going to get a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get a lot of people's opinions where it's like, bro, you could have called, he knows about this stuff. And you ask Facebook and you got 1,000 comments for people who've never done this, don't know what they talking about.
Facts. Big facts.
Google is a thing. So is friendship.
Yep.
If that was you in that situation, how would you? So you, artist, you got this deal. You want 40%. Then you sign in with this humongous label, another deal, and they bring to your attention that they're taking this, that, and the third. You $100,000 for a show, or $80,000 for a show, and you only get $15,000 or something like that. You feel like you're killing
for
it.
the show for the whole year, because it was saying she got 15 for the whole year.
1,000?
Yeah, I was like, no, she ain't get 15 for the year. Unless I read that wrong. I was like, no, it can't be 15,000. But
ain't no way.
I mean, anybody would feel some type of way. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would probably, I would want to renegotiate, but I would try to, like, now that I'm older, I would probably get it right the first time around, because I won't go with their lawyer. I would look for my own entertainment lawyer and ask questions. That's just me. But it's like, but then again, a lot of these are time sensitive. Well, we don't want you anyway if you go do all that.
Do you know where to find an entertainment lawyer?
Google. But I do know a couple law firms though.
You got to think the average Joe, living in wherever they are living in, but they're not gonna be on that.
That's true. That's why you gotta be connected, man. You gotta know people. You gotta get out there, like, because a lot of issues with artists and other filmmakers, we only network with people in our industry. But what I started doing was I networked with people outside of the film industry because I want to do commercials. But you're not gonna hire me to shoot a commercial, right?
Facts.
Because you don't need me to shoot a commercial. You can shoot your own commercial.
Facts.
So I network with people who aren't in my industry because they need my service. Like, if you're an artist, you can network with other people like lawyers and PRs and all those people, because you need to know people in different industries to be successful, really.
Quick question: Are they taking legal action? She's taking legal action.
I think so. I think that they had already maybe had been to one. I don't know. I just heard something about the judge said that because the label was trying to have her not release music, but the judge said she is allowed to release music or something like that. So I'm pretty sure some legal type of actions are being, if there's judges in the mix and everything like that. I don't know. Like,
I only ask because if I was in a situation, I would want obviously to renegotiate too. But I also understand I did sign this contract, and at the same time, lawyer fees, lawyer going to court, that costs money. And
they gonna hit you over the head because
they're gonna hit you over the head. And what if you lose?
It's $1 million involved?
And that's what the
now I owe these people. Now I probably owe Rock Nation for doing stuff. Now I'm kind of like in the hole instead.
Yeah,
of, you know what I mean. But I understand stand up
point
for your rights. But sometimes that legal, you be like.
But how long is her contract though? Is it like
I don't know how long
forever?
It's for.
Like, because I mean, can't you just wait it out and then sign with someone else?
And that's what Joe was saying. He was like, if she dropped that first album, did her stuff, then came back and been like, okay, I want to renegotiate whatever. But Joe and even the guy who responded to her said she read it, she signed it. and you ain't even put an album yet. Like,
Yeah.
It's another podcast or show that he's on, Joe Budden, with like 3 other people.
State of the Culture.
Yeah, it's another girl on there. I think she's like a lawyer.
Yeah,
she knows like all the legal shit. She was like, yeah, it's something called where whatever's on that paper, that's what goes at the end of the day. Damn, I had something else. I forgot it. But yeah,
Brain fart.
definitely.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's above me, the whole situation. But
it's beyond me at this point.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just an indie guy.
Doing indie shit,
right? But I don't know, cause I don't know if I like, cause I'm a producer and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get signed with a label or just be independent and just work with different people.
I just tell everybody, be open to it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if the deal makes sense, why not?
True.
It just has to make sense at the end of the day. That's why you have to read it, and if you don't know it, get someone to explain it to you.
But I just hear the horror stories. You can't produce with nobody else but us. You our workhorse.
I mean,
but if the money's right, I mean, for how long? Is it going to be like 10 years? 5 years.
And that's what it was. Sometimes contracts aren't just like terms as far as like the 2 we got you for 2 years. It might just be like you need your next 3 projects.
It's with us.
And so however long that takes, that might take you 10 years or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But that's when you'll.
Yeah, because Future actually, his last situation, they were trying to hold him up, and he had 1 album left, so he just went on and made an album real quick, like here. Now I can't.
And I think that's what she did also. She's about to release like an EP or something like that. That's about to come out. And I don't know if that's her project for this contract or whatever the case may be. But it's not her album. So iPhones. What's up with these 3 lenses? 4. There's one in the front.
4 actually, because one in the front.
I got 1. What's the difference? What?
I mean, you got your ultra wide. So you got your regular wide, your wide camera, your ultra wide, and your telephoto, and then your face cam, obviously. But I mean,
they could probably put that all in one if they wanted to.
But you you get more quality when they're separate lenses and separate sensors. So because the wide angle lens is a different sensor from the other ones. Could they not
stack?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what's inside the camera, inside the phone.
No, it does look,
but look like
probably makes it look.
I shoot photos and I shoot some videos on my phone, and a lot of people can't tell the difference. Mm-hmm. So the fact that even with the Galaxy S20, it's a way better camera than the iPhone 11, because the Galaxy S20, what they did was they put future technology that every other flagship in 2020 is gonna.
Future technology.
Yeah, because with the iPhone 12. Is rumored to have those same features but more. But then the Galaxy S20 Note or whatever is going to have those features and more. So they just keep stacking on top of each other. It's just the 100 times zoom with the S20. You have 16 gigs of RAM in the phone. This only has 4 gigs of RAM. The Galaxy S20 has 120 gigahertz refresh rate on the screen. That's major. So the fact that the Galaxy S20 is 20 times faster than my MacBook 2014 mid version is wild, in my opinion.
And they charging the same price for a phone as a
laptop.
So it better be.
At the end of the day, if you're a content creator, do you really need a laptop? Because I can shoot everything on my phone.
You can't edit.
Yeah, I could. So if you're doing basic edits, then yeah. But with me, I'm an editor, filmmaker, so. If you're somebody,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you're somebody who don't know, like,
oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
If I'm just I don't know videography. Yeah, if I don't know videography, but I want to create content, I'm gonna get a ring light, set my camera up on a thing, do makeup, whatever. I do a makeup channel, and just go in like QuickTime, iMovie or whatever, and do a quick edit, export it, upload on YouTube. That's what a lot of people do.
Trash.
It is. I mean, but
I know it'd be some creators.
I have Adobe Rush. What I do is I would do my full edit. Yeah, it's like Adobe Premiere, but it's an app. I would do my full edit on Adobe Premiere, or sometimes I would do a rough cut on my phone, send it over to Adobe Premiere, and then fine tune it and export it. Yeah, I would start on Rush and then finish. Like when I did the iPhone video in Miami with my cousin, I did the whole edit on my iPad, and then I sent it over to Premiere, and I finished it that way, added the extra effects, added the text I wanted to add, and exported the way I wanted to export it. And it still translated with full quality between the clips because
But what did you do on the app? What did you do on the app?
I just did a rough cut. When I was at the airport, I didn't want to wait, so I just did a rough cut. But like...
But if you had your laptop, you could have just did.
I didn't have my laptop.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I left my laptop at home on purpose because I was trying to force myself to use my iPad. See if I can, because with the iPad you can do, like my iPad is a lot faster than my MacBook. I can do so much on this thing right here. Like,
damn. That's crazy.
But I can't run like full Logic and stuff like that. But I can use Adobe Rush from there. Export 4K video faster than I can export on my desktop sometimes. It's just
ridiculous.
Like, so my whole goal is like I'm gonna just do away with a desktop altogether and just get like the new the new laptop MacBook 16-inch joint, because that is a beast of a computer in itself. Like the new MacBooks because I got my desktop like 5 years ago, so everything like 2017 and up. Laptop wise, even with the Asus Pro Duo thing with the screen at the bottom, and it's a dope laptop. That's way faster than my computer. So it's like laptops outperform a desktop. So why should I get I'm not editing 8K RAW. Now, if I was doing 8K RAW, then I would get the $50,000 Mac Pro.
So you're just gonna have one laptop.
One laptop, plug it into. I'm a docket like. Right,
but you're doing so much stuff. You really want one device?
Well, no, I'm gonna keep my desktop though.
Okay.
But like, cause I would probably just render on my desktop so I can have it running all night.
What about you? Do you have a laptop?
Jones is not. He is not a tech
guy.
But
I'm just saying.
What do you think?
You have a laptop, desktop, both.
I got a laptop.
PC, Apple.
You just use the right scripts?
I don't know. I just use the right scripts. Okay. Like
got you.
He's the tech guy. I'd rather write with a pen and pad, but
I'm saying
it's
like
not fast
on your laptop. Why do you choose to have a laptop and not a desktop? Or is it a choice, or is it just
because, like I said, I only write scripts on it. Like I never get on my laptop unless I'm writing scripts. So I have it. It's in my car right now. So everywhere I go, if I got an idea or finish.
So for like internet access, you just use your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm about to go ahead and put service on my iPad so I can just have data everywhere I go.
Yeah, I was looking into trying to get a hotspot.
But because my goal in life is to travel a lot. So being a YouTuber, I want to travel the world, vlog, and all that stuff. So it makes sense for me to have a MacBook that's as fast or faster than my base computer. Sure. So when I come home, I can just dock it, do my edits, or I can edit in the hotel room or whatever I need to do. But the fact that those new MacBook Pros can somewhat edit, like even the 2018 MacBook Pro with the touch bar, that edits 4K. You can color grade and still play it back on Premiere without rendering. And it exports pretty quickly because we're editing a feature film that was shot in all 4K S-Log, and we did major grading on it, and the laptop didn't fall apart. But when I get into the 8K world, which is I'm not going to invest in a computer that can do 8K now because I probably won't shoot 8K for another. 8K. Yeah, like I'm not going to shoot 8K for another 5-6 years. But like, if I shoot an 8K project, it's either I'm going to be hired as a DP, they're going to have the equipment, I'm going to shoot, and their own editor is going to edit it. But as far as YouTube, like Marquez Brownlee is ridiculous. Everything he shoots is 8K. He has like 7 RED cameras going at once, and his workflow is.
They got a sponsor.
But he spent $45,000 on his Mac Pro.
$45,000.
He maxed. Look. He maxed out his Mac Pro
for a film, right?
Right. This dude, that's a whole. That's a brand new car. Like this dude maxed out his MacBook. The only thing he didn't do was get like the $4,000, the 4,000 gigs of RAM. So he did like half of that, and it was like $45,000 or $46,000. But if he would have got the full like RAM, like all the RAM he could have got, it would have been like $50,000. But now every YouTuber now has a Mac Pro. All these tech YouTubers got the Mac Pro.
That's what I'm trying to get now, man. I'm trying to save up money, get a new camera and a Mac, because like just to be mobile.
Speaking of cameras,
I have a Mac at home, but
the rumors on the Canon the Canon EOS R5, bro. It's say to shoot 5K and it has IBIS, bro.
Price. What's the price
They
range?
didn't give a price yet, but it's all rumors.
See?
But the thing is, I still feel like the EOS R, even though it's around what $2,000-$3,000, if you get the lens, it'd be like $335. But I think the EOS R, in my opinion, is the best camera for vlogging because
we can't necessarily say that though, because the other cameras, once we hear the price range, then you can say that, because then you're comparing, like you're getting this for this.
Yeah.
And this for this.
Because right now the A7 III, like even the A7 II right now is a freaking beast camera. But the A7 III is a monster in itself. Like 4K, full frame. It shoots 120 at full frame. I shot so many gigs with the A7 III. But even the A6300 looks just as good as the A7 III. And that came out, I can't remember when it came out, but I had it for 2 years now. But the 6300 is still, like, even though it's crop sensor, it shoots 120, it shoots 4K. It has all ththose same features as an A7 III or an A7S II.
Doesn't one overheat though?
It overheats when you shoot 4K sometimes. But that's the thing. Who shoots 4K though?
A lot of people. Even though we can't necessarily say it, but a lot of people.
I shoot most of my. Now I will say when I do corporate interviews, I do have my main camera shooting in 4K, and that's the A7 III. I will shoot that in 4K. But then that way I can crop in and out if I need to. That add fake a third camera because I have a B camera on the motorized slider. But other than that, like A7 III is a camera I'm looking at, but right now I haven't bought one because I have access to two that I can use whenever I need to.
He's right though. A lot of people shooting 4K, especially amateurs. I've seen so many people who've never touched the camera, don't know nothing about it.
I've seen cats shoot.
I just got my 4K.
Yeah, they don't even know. Just because it say 4K.
But that's how I seen cats that shoot in 4K and we can shoot uncompressed 1080 and it looks great. But my thing is, you shoot 4K, but then I shoot 1080, and why does my footage look better?
Because you know what you're doing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what you're doing.
If you know,
there's
like,
still a lot of people
think
who
about
are
this,
shooting
like,
it for no reason at all.
Most of Maddie Hoporia, Daniel Schiffer, Peter McKinnon, all these major, like, they're dope videographers. They don't shoot 4K. They shoot 120, 1080 on their B-roll, and it's so crispy. And they use the same crap we use. Well, they use an A7 III with like a $20,000 lens, like a G Master lens, which is, I ain't got no G Master lens. Like the 15 to 35 he using his Canon joint, Maddie uses, and Peter. I think that lens is like 2,000 last time I checked, but it
you know what? You know why that is, folks? It's because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but their lenses, bruh. I'm like, cause my thing is, if I had the gear that these professionals have, I would be a freaking weapon in Charlotte.
You're already a weapon. Stop selling yourself short.
I'll be a nuclear warhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But like, cause for so long, like us being independent filmmakers, we don't have the major budget. Like even next door to my house, they're shooting a TV show and they have 2 Reds. And they have a whole film crew. They have a truck of equipment. And I talk to the producers and stuff, and they, well, we can't really talk about it. You know how they are. But
what questions were you asking?
I was just like, yo, what's going on? Where can I see the project when it's done? Oh, we haven't released it yet. I know you're still shooting it, but I just want to know, where can I see the project?
I just said when it's done.
Like my wife was like,
they probably don't even know themselves.
My wife was like, oh, hey, you guys are shooting something. She was like, my husband. She was like, you guys shooting with Reds? And the guy was like, I don't know. And she was like, well, my husband's in film. He said those were Red cameras from when he spotted it from a mile away. And he was like, oh yeah, they're Red cameras. So the next day I walked out. They was like, oh, you're the husband that do film. I'm like, yeah. But I really don't want to talk to you because how you talk to my wife, so it's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, let's get your business card and you know.
I was trying to get their contact, but they was like, oh, you know, being Hollywood. I'm like, bro, like, what you Hollywood for? I mean, you probably rented 2 Reds or had a rich friend with Reds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you like people like industry people be trying to act, or indie people be trying to act all Hollywood. I'm just like, bro, you know, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not at that point to where you can look at somebody and be like, oh, yeah, I'm the best thing to know in the man.
But this is a problem that a lot of filmmakers have in the industry, or up and coming artists have in the industry, where you know they'll try to work out some type of deal and don't receive their type of credit for doing it for free. Because I know I've encountered that a lot.
Are we ready now?
Are we ready? Are we moving on?
Oh, I ain't know. I'm trying to transition it into something we could talk about.
Cause I wanted to hear what he was about to say about, because you said, people think they the best goddamn thing or whatever.
People think they're the best.
Well, we're creators.
Well, I think I was going off of more so him saying that they try to act Hollywood, and Hollywood can be taken a couple of different ways, because we are all creators and we're all trying to get this gig or get this opportunity. So when we do get this opportunity, a lot of us might either be jaded, one, or have this crab in the buckets mentality, to where it's a sense of, oh, I can't let him get it because I might lose it, the spot, or whatever case may be.
I'm like,
but yeah, they don't get it.
I'm like, do you notice most, like, all right, so Apple, Microsoft, all these businesses did not grow on their own. Like, if you can't succeed by yourself, you can't build a huge empire. Disney didn't do it on his own. You can't do it on your own. If you think about it, if you want to get biblical, even in Genesis, God said, let us do this. Let us make man our image. Let us. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't even create the world on his own. You know what I'm saying? He had help. Feel me?
And it's also a lot of them already have their go-to people that they're going to be with.
And also, I feel also like me and you always talked or whatever. Everybody has, a lot of us have different lanes. So, like, I don't make what you make. So why are you making, you know what I mean? Like,
you're a writer, director, producer. I'm a DP. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't direct anymore. I don't produce. I don't care for it. I just want to hit record, set up lights, and call it a day. That's my thing. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm the best director. No, I don't direct. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm not an AD. I would do anything camera, like AC, second AC, first AC, whatever, but I'm not going to be AD.
I was going to say, and I feel like that's been our mindset. Like, we know we're good, but we know we can get better. We've never been we the best. Like,
it's a whole goddamn world.
Yeah, we look at our old stuff,
7 billion people.
Old stuff that people love. Me and Randy be like, man, that shit is trash. They be like, trash. What? You don't like it? Be like, bro, we're so much better than that.
Because you see,
and still trying to learn and grow. And my thing too is the people who say that, I feel like if you're saying you're the best or you're whatever, cool, have your confidence. But if you're not growing, if you're the same from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, how? Mm-hmm. That's my question. How, Sway? How can you?
Yeah, like,
I've been acting for 7 years. I just got out of acting class. I've taken a couple. Like, I'm still growing. I had a mentor for directing. Like, this shit keeps evolving. You know, you got to keep learning new skills. You know what I mean? If you want to be the best, you feel what I'm saying to you. And that's where I find it funny. It's like, okay, you've been acting for how long, and you've never tried to take a class. You don't look at.
They don't be applying themselves.
Yeah, I've even heard some people say they don't care about getting better at acting, but they want. They don't listen to. They don't care about getting better at acting, but they want to be on a Denzel status. That does not. That does not make sense.
It don't make sense. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Like, if I'm not better than I was last week, because it's like people say the new year, new me thing. So if it's June, you're gonna wait till January to be better. That's just my thing. So my thing is, you should have a new day resolution, not just a new year resolution. All right, in 2020, I'm gonna get fit, or 2021, I'm gonna do this. 2023, no, you gotta be better every day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it.
I agree. And if you're not, like you said, growing or whatever, you can't wait for a date. Your mindset is the thing that's going to change you. Not, like you said, January 1st. Because I always find it so funny, because y'all both know I work out all the time. January, February, the gym be crowded. New year, new me. And I be waiting. I be like, I can't wait till March. In March, the regulars are still in there. I'm still in there.
Hell yeah.
I don't even go to the gym if that's the case. I'll just stay home. But it's, bro, I don't know, man. People be tripping.
Mentality.
It's all mindset.
Mentality.
Right. All it is change that, it ain't gonna be no new you.
Facts.
Change
and you gotta be the one to change it. Nobody, they can want it for you, but at the end of the day, you gotta be the one to change it.
Facts. Straight facts.
So, what you want to talk about now?
How we gonna get brand deals? Let's talk about that.
Hey, yeah,
or we can talk about the Tesla
I'm trying
truck.
to get that now.
I was talking to a guy yesterday about the Tesla truck. He was like, "It's just ugly." I was like,
Hey, that shit though.
Well,
does some shit.
If the Tesla truck, I don't care if it's ugly. I don't think it's ugly because I like that futuristic stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just looks futuristic.
If the truck looks, I mean, I don't care, but I will get the truck because I want to show up anywhere and be like, oh, Randy's here. Randy's in the building. Oh, look at the Tesla. Like, you walk in a parking lot and you see a spaceship. Randy's in the building. Okay, cool. I know who's here now.
So you're saying
matte black
a
Tesla
brand deal
truck
with Tesla? That's what you're saying.
Bruh, if that's even possible. Well, it's possible, but
They probably got hella technology over
man,
there.
what? I would love to just tour like the headquarters of Tesla and just talk to Elon Musk for like 5 minutes.
Shit. Sorry, people. I had to Google because I didn't know what they were talking about.
The
but
Tesla,
yeah,
the Cybertruck,
yeah.
bro. It's dope. Tell me, bro. If I had a Cybertruck and everybody who's shooting like a sci-fi film, or whatever, they're gonna call me. Can I use a truck? Can you put the truck in the film?
Bro, I don't even care about expensive cars, but this shit right here.
But the rumor, it's not even that expensive though. Rumors, it's supposed to be cheaper than regular like Ford trucks and like the Ford Raptor and stuff like that, you know. But the Rivian truck, that's another dope electric truck too. And they got one truck that can basically drive sideways. I forgot the name. I don't know which one it was.
I was gonna say there's a lot of cars now with the self-drive joint. But they aren't
trust it.
But that's the thing though. Like they're telling people they're not advanced to start now because people have been showing videos of people been asleep and letting it drive, and it's like,
do you enjoy it? That's suicide.
It's not for our travel right now. It's for if you doze off, it'll take back control, but you won't. It's just like,
or if you drop, like, say if your baby's tripping, you gotta quickly wipe their mouth off in the back seat. Then I can self-drive for 2 seconds. Still looking and do what I gotta do, and then put my hand back on the wheel when I need to. But I'm not gonna, or if I gotta I don't know if it's something crazy, or if I'm like, when your phone falls and you digging for it. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, let me just.
No, I agree. I don't trust it either. I don't trust a lot of this. It's good for us, but I don't trust it 100%. Like how I know your Alexa is listening right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But
I unplugged the one at my son's room because I'm like, why you unplug? Because I don't want that crap.
But
everything's listening.
I'm telling you, bro, robots gonna take over, and when they do, I'm gonna just upload my consciousness to a robot. I'm like, take me. Look, I'm with you.
I'm gonna be part of the rebellion.
Have y'all seen the combat ones that they've been showing on videos and stuff?
Bro, I need one, but no,
you haven't seen. Bro, you gotta look at this drink. Like, dude be having a shotgun, and they'll mess with it, have them do drills. They'll kick it in the back or whatever. It'll turn around, shoot it at the feet. It can run about 20 miles an hour, jump, do all this other stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, have y'all not seen Terminator?
Matrix was a documentary, bro. Matrix is. I'm telling you, we're in the Matrix.
Did you see the AI that they had an interview with or whatever at the conference? And it made a little joke that I was uncomfortable by. They thought it was funny.
With I forgot her name.
Yeah, she was talking about
some citizenship somewhere.
She was talking about because we're gonna kill all the humans. Haha, and all the signs. Bruh, that ain't funny.
Not playing, bruh. I'm telling you,
that ain't funny.
You gotta think. Nah. Listen. Humans, like no matter what it is, we're made to rebel against something. Well, all humans are made to either like most of us or some of us are made to rebel against our creator or master. Why do you think there are so many people who will rebel against God? Because I'm gonna rebel against the creator if you believe that. But robots are created with human technology. So some of them robots gonna be like, yo, screw our creators, they suck. And if you when you like Ultron, you create a robot to make the world a better place. The only way to make the world a better place is to get rid of the disease, and we're the disease.
I was gonna say. Ultron was online for what, like 10 minutes?
Bro, Ultron,
was like, yo,
I agree. But listen, I agree with Ultron. I agree with Thanos. Like all of them, because they're like, okay, you want me to make the world a better place, but you guys are the.
So do y'all not think we can create technology, or I guess robots, but then them living by laws, or do you think they'll always break those laws? Can we not program them?
They will evolve.
I was gonna say I believe they can, but you know what I mean. The way they're making the computers, like you said, they're to evolve, especially with the AI. So they're thinking for themselves. So it might be in there, but they might. Okay, this gonna take me. Let me just.
You don't think there's no coexisting?
And then they already
coexisting.
But then they are already. I mean,
try to enslave us.
The thing is, all right. If you watch this show called Humans, it's on Amazon Prime. If you have, check out Humans. It's one of my favorite shows, and it started off with the creator who created robots to assist you. They basically like Alexa with feet, basically.
Yeah.
And a body, and you can have sex with these robots. You can do whatever you want with these robots, but they don't have conscience, just robots, whatever. And like 5 or 6 of them, a few of them, were created with the consciousness code, so they were conscious, and they were basically like humans. So as the story progressed, they uploaded the code to all the robots. So now every robot on Earth, they call it D-Day or Z-Day, whatever. All robots on the Earth, some automatically had consciousness. So they were all like, okay, now I'm conscious. I know what's going on. So then the humans, of course, us being racist because we don't like anything different. So the humans were racist towards the robots. They wanted to destroy all the robots. And then they created new robots.
So was the humans that started the war.
Humans basically started the war.
Not the robots.
Not the robots. The robots were like, listen.
So we're fucked.
The robots, the robots were like, listen, bro. All we want to do is coexist.
That's like Planet of the Apes, too.
Yeah, we just want to relax, bro. We don't want no trouble. We don't want no problem. They even pulled the whole Martin Luther King approach. Like, we're gonna be peaceful. And of course, you had the Malcolm X's there, like, no, we're gonna go and destroy the government.
We're always trying to conquer some shit, man.
But the humans were like, we don't want to coexist. They see a robot in the city, and they just literally beat that robot to death for no reason.
And to speak on, also to go back to the Ultron thing, as far as him getting online, like, you know, there's some conspiracy theory stuff. You know, I love that type of stuff, whatever. But where they say that, you know, some don't believe that we're actually from this planet, and they make the assessment that everything on this planet can survive, like an anthill out back, or blah blah this or whatever. Humans, we got to make it comfortable for ourselves. Like, we can't just be dropped off. It's like, okay, we got to build roads. We got to cut this down. We got to destroy this. You know what I mean? Yep. And like he said, if they get online,
I never heard that theory.
If they get online, they will say, we're the problem. We're the ones fucking with the atmosphere.
So you don't think we could be dropped somewhere
and
survive? You don't think we could be dropped somewhere?
We will. Our brains, yes. We would have to build shelter. Like we went to Mars.
Every place needs shelter.
Yeah, but most humans, like, you can leave a dog outside and they can survive. You can leave animals outside.
I was gonna say that too. As far as like, we're the only creature on this planet whose baby, if you leave that right there, it's gonna die.
But we're also the only creatures that are like advanced enough to do things about it.
But it takes us so long to get advanced.
I'm pretty sure a dog, if they had opposable thumbs and they could think outside of whatever their, you know,
but a dog was
animalistic.
But a newborn puppy will be able to survive though.
But let me say this though,
yeah, you're right about that.
We got to give credit to animals as well, because, you know, like you said with the dogs or whatever. Like, I've seen dogs where a Marine will die or whatever, and it's their animal. And there's been some who'll stop eating. They'll stay by his grave like, I'm dying with him type stuff. So they understand. Or even one video I saw where I forgot what the animal was, but one had been killed or died, and you see the other one trying to wake it up, and you can tell it's crying. It's like, so I feel like we downplay, oh, they're dumb, whatever. But they have...
No, I mean, that was just an example.
No, I know what you mean, but I mean, as for overall, like, we underestimate a lot of things.
No, exactly. I mean, I just think we would evolve, because that's what we do.
We do. If you believe,
if we're put in a certain situation.
If you believe their
some
evolution,
will definitely
where we came from monkeys and stuff, then I mean, everything evolves. If you look at Discovery Channel, how mammals are and stuff, everyone evolves. Because who's to say 1,000 years from now we gonna look the same?
Big facts.
We might be slimy and weird looking,
and just with big ass.
We might not even have. We might even have ears or something. Who knows?
We might have ears.
We might not have ears.
Okay,
we might not have a nose. I'm telling you, bro.
We're gonna lose a lot of our body parts. That might be what aliens are. Maybe they traveling over the distance through time, and so now that's why they.
I do believe in time travel.
I do believe in time
humans or whatever.
Time travel is.
So there's 3. Okay, y'all want to talk about that?
Go ahead.
We going. Yeah.
There's 3 theories when it comes to aliens. One of them is what you said, as far as time travelers that are coming back, because they say when you see aliens, if you notice, they appear. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere, and then they're gone. You never see them coming from space or whatever. Space is actually the last one, and they say only because the way, like, you go outside right now, you look at the sky, right? Space is all out there, and they're saying if they were coming from far away. We would see their damn ships. You know what I mean? Just like certain comets or whatever like that.
But what if they're traveling super fast?
Well, that would make sense too, though.
But they still the warp journey. They travel in the atmosphere and then they slowly descend.
But you would just see them appear.
And
Go ahead. That's the second theory.
Yes, and the third one actually is more you could call godly, biblical, or whatever. The third thing is that they think that aliens are actually
Our creators.
not necessarily our creators, but
angels somewhat.
Yeah, because they say as far as like they always talk about how they just appear. So they're like they might be interdimensional as far as certain things. Don't
I know people say they see angels. My dad said he saw an angel.
I've seen one, bro.
Because sometimes I don't say I see. Sometimes I will see something at the corner of my eye moving, but then I was like, oh, maybe it's just my eyes tripping, or I would feel a presence.
I mean, there's a spaceship in the Bible.
Where at? I didn't know that. I know we got Noah's Ark.
What's his name? Don't quote me. Hold on. Matter of fact, I forgot. We got our phones up.
Sure, that's what we're here for. But yeah, I mean,
because it has the dimensions and everything.
If you think about it, the Bible has a lot of like crazy stuff in it.
Hell yeah.
And people like, some people say the Bible's fake. I used to think that. I don't think it's fake, honestly, bro. I think the Bible is heavily altered, yes, but a lot of what's in there is like, even if you read the Book of Enoch, they basically took that book out the Bible, but the Book of Enoch talks about manifesting things on your own. You got the power to do this on your own. That's that and the third.
Ezekiel. The vision of Ezekiel. If you read that, they actually did the dimensions for his thing. Somebody actually built what he said, whatever, and it's a damn spaceship. Like they were like,
wow, that's
I don't know what to tell you. These are the dimensions. This is what it's supposed to look like. And even from the description of it, you know, like when they do NASA, whatever, lifts off, whatever, it's smoke, it's ash, it's making a lot of noise, it's trembling the earth, you know what I mean? So, like, it's a lot of similarities where you're like, what is this? You know what I mean? And
so Ezekiel made a spaceship.
No, he saw one. They came down to him, and he described what he saw, and it's like, that ain't no damn angel.
That's the whole spaceship. Man, you don't know what's true. Like, my thing is, bro, like, I feel like you won't know what's true until you die. But then a friend of mine even made the point, even you probably won't know when you die because you might get reincarnated or something else. My sister-in-law has a theory. She said I have an old soul because I lived life before. Mm-hmm. And my wife has a young soul because this is her first life. Mm-hmm. Because she has a young soul, I have an old soul. And yeah, you live many lives, and your wife, this is her first life. So I'm like, that's a cool theory. That's dope. But like I said, like we don't know if the Bible's real or fake. That's why they call it faith. Is whether you believe or you don't. And I tell people, like, I can't sit here and say the Bible's real, and if you don't believe, you're stupid. Whether you believe it or you don't. But like I said, like when I die and I go to heaven, I'm gonna ask a million questions. I want to know everything. You know what I'm saying?
But I also feel with the alien thing, though, there is more evidence to support that aliens actually exist than there is that OJ killed Nicole. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the facts of it. Like, there's too many drawings, paintings, eyewitness accounts. Like, even when because I'm a big history person, and I always look at when they were drawn back in the day and carving stuff. They did what they saw. So you'd see the cow, the blah, blah, blah. But then you'd have some carvings where you're like, this is a plane.
But you know, it's funny because I read something, because sleep paralysis, I just had an incident 2 nights ago.
I hate that shit.
It's horrible.
Got the shadow people coming after you.
Yeah, bro. Like one time I had it was like almost like Resident Evil, whatever. It was a big, tall dude with an axe, and he just walked up to me and hit me. And I woke up screaming, but nothing came out.
I hate that.
I was like, Koala, wake up. But then the other night, it was just me. It was weird because I don't know why I had film equipment set up in the room. I was like, why is there a diffusion panel here, some lights here? So I sat there and couldn't move, and I'm looking, and I just saw a shadowy figure just walking through, and I'm just like, I know I'm sleeping a sleep paralysis, but it's freaky. I'm shaking in the dream. I'm shaking trying to wake up. I even grabbed my wife in the dream and shook her, and she wouldn't wake up. Then I woke up and I was like, because I couldn't talk. I was like, but that was creepy. But some people say, when I was reading about it, they say a lot of these arguments come from way back when people had sleep paralysis, and then you say they draw what they see. They're arguing saying that was just another episode of sleep paralysis. So they draw those things. But I'm like, I don't know.
No, but my thing is, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Because my mom had that conversation before she went to another class and came on my side when they was teaching some stuff where she didn't know. But my thing about that is, it's too many. Yeah. Like, it could be, if it was just
could
one
be their
or two
dreams
over here.
Also.
But,
Could be their dreams, maybe.
I can't see that. Because, like I said, at the certain time when the pyramids went up, if you actually go research it, all the pyramids started going up around the same time. Mm-hmm. Over here, China, Mexico, and it's like, okay, they're not supposed to have access to each other. They're only supposed to have stones and fake hammers and shit like that. But all these people are drawing on their caves or carving these things that are not looking human. What the fuck is that?
The same thing, yeah, true.
I mean, and they do look different, but it's like, what is that? And then the Indian texts or whatever.
That's the question.
Some of their wars where they talk about their gods or whatever, they didn't say explosions, but when you read the thing, like, there's battles in the air and they're like, they don't know what they're seeing. So they're just like, oh God, blah, blah, blah. But the most egregious I'm gonna find this. It's actually in a museum. It happened in London. There was something that happened in the sky. It was in the newspaper. They didn't know what to see, but it's X's and circles. And the newspaper basically said there was a war in the sky, but they don't know what they're seeing. So they're just like, and it's actually in a newspaper in 2 different London things that happened where thousands of people saw this same thing. And that's when I bring up, like, so you're telling me all these people lied? Like, this is in the fucking newspaper. This was their New York Times.
That's crazy.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
So what are aliens? That's the question. What are aliens? Are they humans from wherever, or are they different type of organisms?
Lil Wayne is an alien. We're not the same.
I definitely think some motherfuckers is aliens. Or they just are people that have been in touch with aliens and have gotten forbidden knowledge. And shit like
I'm
that.
telling you, man. Like, I don't think someone is. I mean, I know people are creative, but like, if you the first one that come up with a vampire, or you're the first person that ever come up with an alien, like, okay.
Well, some people are talked to in their dreams by different entities. Cause I've had dreams where, when you're in your dream and you're aware that you're in your dream.
Every night,
I try
always
to talk
know what
to
I'm
people.
dreaming. Yeah,
I've had chances where I've woken up, or not woken up, but became aware, and I've tried to talk to people. So I'm sure there's people out there that's actually talking to people, and maybe there's things coming to them in their dreams, telling them these things.
It's weird because all my dreams, I'm aware,
which would be dope.
And if something happens in my dream, I just reverse time to change what happened.
Yeah, you can change.
That's what I always do. I always go, all right, I don't like how that happened. Let me go back in time and do it again. All right, let me go back in time again.
So this is the actual newspaper that's in the and this is what they said they saw in the sky.
Celestial phenomenon.
So as you can see, they don't really know how to describe it, but they're saying something's going on in the sky and stuff is falling to the ground and people are dying.
They had a whole Thor versus Loki in the sky.
And this is the other one from the other part of town. So it's 2 different newspapers, but it's the same day. And people were just looking up like, what is going on?
Oh, wow.
And so I always say, you're telling me these people are just lying? Like, thousands of people are looking up and stuff is going on, but
why can't we see some stuff like that? Just like they're talking about the meteor that's supposed to hit Earth in April, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Really?
I'm like, this meteor hit, that's the end of it. I'm like, well, make the best of life now. Let me put out 1 million YouTube videos before then so they can go in the archives and,
You never know. It depends on where it hits.
There's so many damn different.
Nah, they saying it's going the aftermath is going to wipe all humanity out. It's going to hit on one area and it's going to be like radiation. It's going unless you're underground on the other side of the world. But only ones that's going to really survive is your rich people and the president.
But
the world leaders.
But nobody actually created aliens. it was after the Roswell incident. Well, actually, an incident before Roswell happened. That's when people started writing alien fan fiction and stuff like that. Then when Roswell came out, that's when they started making movies because they had an idea of what. Well, they said it was little green men or whatever. That's when they started actually drawing them.
Little green men. I don't think aliens are little green men. I think they're like shapeshifters. How do I know
Nobody
you ain't?
knows.
How do I know you
They're
ain't an alien or a robot?
So
we don't know.
That they let us know what they want us to know.
Exactly.
Agreed.
And this is why I think like
some people think that that's the little green bodies or whatever actually almost like avatars.
Exactly.
Like they're like we'll send them because
I could definitely see that.
yeah,
That's if I was an alien. That's I would not come to you as is because I don't know what's up. I would definitely avatar that shit
because it's suspected that they're so advanced they've learned how to, I guess, keep uploading their consciousness.
Just like altered carbon, bro. Alien technology,
Yeah.
bro. The one who created. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. If you haven't seen,
Don't, because I ain't seen it yet.
I finally got past the first 2 episodes and watched the whole first season because season 2 is out. But, bro, I'm telling you, if I can upload my consciousness into a different sleeve, I would live.
I'm sure they can do that
Bruh,
now.
I would live long enough to see the future. Like people say, well, that's going against God and God controls life or death. I get that, but bruh, I want to see 1,000 years from now. I want to see 2,000 years from now. Yeah, I might go insane. Well, let me sleep for 1,000 years and wake me up when the world change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually did my.
That's what I'm
project
saying.
In the Art Institute on Roswell incident. Because once I said it, everybody looked at me like,
Yeah, they probably didn't stop.
man. When I say I went in there and I even had the teacher, everybody like, I gotta go research this shit. I was like, yeah, this shit is real. Because the first newspaper that came out, they talked to people right on the spot. They said it was an unidentified flying object. We found some bodies, blah, blah, or whatever. That same day, government came in. Next day, there was a retraction in the newspaper. Oh, it was a weather balloon. And what I showed my class was, so these pilots been flying for years. Let me show you what a weather balloon looks like in 19 blah, blah, blah. It looks like, you know, those balloon rides.
Yeah.
So they're telling me that these people who know what planes and stuff look like don't know the difference between this big ass air balloon and something that's flying real fast and all this other stuff, whatever. I left it with a question mark, and they were like, I gotta go look into that. Yeah, go look into that.
Regular people just don't want to question it. I'm sure they see that shit, and I'm sure they see a lot of shit, but, you know, they don't want to be the ones to say, that's a motherfucking UFO. You know what I'm saying?
I think also because people don't want to be known as crazy.
Exactly. That's
like
what I'm saying.
As far as people talking people stuff, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do,
That's
but they
exactly
like,
what I'm saying.
nah, man, they gonna put me in crazy. I can't tell nobody.
Yeah, they
this
gonna
shit.
take your ass if you saying the right shit, which is crazy.
It is wild.
But I believe you can talk
Or
to
it could be all
people
be
and
fake.
stuff, though. Because I know when my dad died and I went back to the house, I meditated outside and my mom was inside, my son was upstairs asleep. And he actually came to me. He had a conversation before he left me. He said, I'm gonna still say bye to my grandson. So I came inside. I was like, Mom, I saw Dad, blah, blah. She was like, she didn't really know how to take it. She was like, okay. And then my son woke up, came downstairs, and he was like, where's my granddad at? And I was like, remember I told you, you know, he's with the angels. He was like, yeah, but he was in my room hugging me when I was asleep and talking to me. And I looked at my mom and she was like, you told me? I was like, he just came down here. I told you what just happened. Like, that's when I started to really tap in like, yo, this shit is real.
It is. I was
That's
watching Everyday Struggle, and I think Kevin Gates was on there, and he was talking. Him and his wife was talking about how his grandma had came to both of them, and was because I think they got deep into like voodoo and shit like that, or you know they might have a long line of all that type of stuff, but his grandma came to him and was telling him he needs to change his life and all this other type of stuff. So you know,
That's
and then they
crazy.
changed that shit.
I know my wife has dreams. She used to have dreams of her grandmother all the time. But I always it's always like every so often I would dream about my grandparents' house. It's weird.
So
But I don't ever see. I just dream about the house. That's just the house.
Well, I have to say, I did see my
I haven't been in like 10 years. But I
my
only dream
great
about the house.
grandfather when I was little, but I didn't know how to take it, so I never spent the night over there again.
Yeah.
All I know is it was
Hell
late
yeah.
night,
I've seen some
and
shit
I
too.
walked in. Was going to the bathroom, and I just know somebody's playing the piano. Nobody ever plays the piano. It was his piano. So I went in the room, And he told me to come sit by him, whatever. And I woke up, I was scared as hell. And I was like, yo, somebody. And they was like, who? And I didn't know who it was because he was dead before I was born or whatever. But I saw the picture. I was like, that right there.
He was in my dream.
And I tell you, I was 7. I never spent the night over there again in my life.
Bet.
Facts,
like,
yeah.
That's wild, yo. I've never had no crazy stuff like that. Besides being asleep and then getting poured, had arms pulling me into a vortex.
I've had an angel on top of me.
I'm going to hell.
Before.
I truly do think in our sleep, sometimes we go to certain levels that are subconscious dimensions, whatever, because...
Like, how do we know our dreams aren't different
Because that's what I'm saying, because I have this one recurring dream. I don't know if I'm on Earth or not. I just know whatever I'm on, it's like every time I land, I bounce way up. And I've always feel, you know how you roller coaster, you feel it in your stomach? I hate the dream because I always feel in my stomach like, yo, where am I? And I'm just...
Bruh. I hate the dream, so I can't tell if it's dream or reality. And then it's like, I'm talking about something that happened. They're like, that never happened. I'm like, bro, I swear that happened, but it was a dream. I'm telling you.
Write down your dreams. If you aren't writing down your dreams, write down your dreams. A lot of them could be movies, first off, but just pay attention to your dreams because they tell you about real life, too.
I can't. Every time I dream about a snake, it always reveals who the snake is, like, in 48 hours, bro. Every time I dream about a snake, I call Jones. I had this dream. This is what happened with the snake. And then a couple days later, somebody do some snake stuff, and I'm just like, okay, there we go.
That's true.
Let me cut this person off.
every time he says he's streamed by a snake, 48 hours later, some shit do happen.
A snake can also represent, like, over time, you might feel jaded from a certain person or certain incident. So that snake could represent that incident. And, you still feel some type of way about that.
It sucks when it's revealed that it's a close friend or somebody that was like, dang.
Hell yeah. I mean,
it is
what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day.
It is whatever. At the end of the day, I don't care.
It sucks, but I feel like it's just the universe or God just dropping people off. Like I told you, with that situation that happened, everybody can't come. Yeah, that's what God showing me. Everybody can't. I would want everybody to come.
That's the truth. I mean, you can't put everybody on. I mean,
everybody's not on the same wave. Everybody's
okay
not meant to go that direction. It's a million different things, but whoever's meant to come is gonna come.
Oh well. But yeah, I think we're at 2 hours now.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I gotta go get something.
3 hours actually. Well,
nah, no way.
2:08.
Probably
2:09. That's what it said on here.
Cool. Yeah, so you gonna wrap it up?
I guess you can wrap it up. It's a cool podcast, I guess.
What did we say the name? Indy Industry.
Indy Industry.
That's the name of it.
How do we get on aliens and dreams?
We told you we need an outline, but
you said something, and I'm in a conspiracy stuff. I was like, oh, y'all want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about it? Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, the industry is controlled by lizard people. There we go.
Lizard people. Is the Earth flat or round?
Oh, that could be a good episode.
That is the dumbest.
We need a flat earther though for that episode.
Have you seen the flat Earth? Before we go, have you seen the flat Earth documentary they did?
No,
they did one. I didn't see that.
Yes, they did one, and the funny thing is, at the end of it, they basically did a couple experiments because they stole something from NASA or whatever to see if the world had a curve in it. All their experiments showed them that the Earth isn't round, but they'd be like, well, maybe we'll try it again or whatever.
You said isn't round?
And
their experiments showed them that it is round?
Yeah.
Got you.
But they kept saying, well, maybe we can do whatever. And I think at the end of it, I was like, yo, these people did this documentary to troll their ass because they already knew.
For real, yeah.
Because they was talking big boy stuff, and every experiment was like, if it's 48.7, that means the Earth has a curve. But we're hoping it's not. What is it? 48.7.
I'm going to break it to you like this. If you look out into space, there's no reason why our Earth should be flat if every other single planet in the galaxy is round. I'm going to break it to you like that. We ain't got to see no footage. We ain't got to see no nothing. It just doesn't make sense.
But yeah, well, we're going to wrap this thing up.
All right, go ahead.
We're going to just upload the whole thing at once or just do parts?
I would do the whole thing. And then when you promote it on social media, you do parts.
But yeah, all right, so Jones got his bathroom. So if you like the podcast, I hope you did.
Subscribe,
leave a comment.
Like.
If you're a flat earther, hit me up because I want to have this conversation. But,
chime in, you can call and everything.
Let's do it. But
Go ahead and drop your social media so they know where to find you.
So this your boy. I'm Mr. On Edge on Instagram.
At the Renaissance Jones.
Adrian Nice. That's ADRIAN, and then Nice NYCE. Y, not an I.
Yeah, go shoot us a follow and